other organizers or panelists on the line. When you are ready for your attendees to hear you, press the Start Broadcast button on the GoToWebinar control panel. Now starting, all attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, my name is Yulia. I'm Business Development Officer of Cobalt Engine.
And I'm Igor. I'm a Business Development Officer of Cobalt Engine as well.
So we are glad to have you all at our webinar. Today we will tell you about the tendency of eDetailing market and about its importance in modern business. We will also define the reasons why it is so essential to improve eDetailing and how you can reduce time on development processes without losing the quality. So after discussing HTML5 presentations, we will proceed with the advantages and the perspectives of Cobalt Engine and the way it helps to speed up HTML5 development and brand promotion.
As current technologies are constantly developing and changing, I suppose it's our duty to evaluate and redefine the terms that have been popped up in the collective lexicon over the past decade. The present market is constantly broadening, and there is a strong need to unify all the processes and make your work concerning the brand promotion faster and easier. How to develop straight and tight communication and have an actual feedback while catching up with constantly developing technologies, I suppose it would be fair to discuss during today's webinar.
So the answer here is to get across the system of using HTML5 presentation. So it is a sphere where technology and graphics are married with rich content and come to the rescue of mundane communication. With the advent of technology and video content, graphics, motions, and interactivity, and some newer digital tools are challenging this visual aid and redefining communication. So this version of eDetailing adds an E of electronic to it, making it completely different from the current mode of communication. As to discuss this point more profoundly, HTML5 presentations mean using interactive and engaging modern technology platforms in the product presentation and also in their sales processes. So HTML5 presentations are a comprehensive solution for product information as well as for complex and specific products. Moreover, it offers integrated online service, also market segmentation and targeting projects.
HTML5 presentations open like a new door for brand promotion and create a positive consumer experience due to the interactive targeted content. The usage of HTML5 presentation will help you to build the effective marketing strategy of the company. Over the past few years, interactive HTML5 presentations has taken a proper foothold in the marketing landscape. Interactive visual aids have found a new home on the iPad, and the KISS principle has been applied. Companies are still working toward the closed-loop marketing goals. You have just redefined them so they are more attainable for now. You have identified the right channels on which to focus companies' efforts rather than selecting one selected channel.
So that you can broaden and also strengthen field force activities.
Yes, the development process has been simplified to cut costs. And you know what metrics for now you should be tracking and when you should track them. So it's time to think big for now. Nowadays we live in the epoch of digital technologies, and every day global tendencies impose new rules of this game of the technological market. Constantly increasing number of companies are involving themselves in developing not simply interactive presentations, but exactly e-detailing ones with considerably broadened brand promotion and help them collect KPI. E-detailing came at a time of a great change in the pharmaceutical industry. For some people, e-detailing is just an obscure notion. For others, it becomes a kind of a cash cow for progress on marketing digital. Today, e-detailing is the first solution to create marketing and information progress with a network-like structure. This concept first became popular in the United States, and today it is widely known and used communicational tool all around Europe, all around the world, due to the increased demand for detailed, easy-to-access information and orientation. This solution is especially popular in the field of healthcare. It's not weird because since It is crucial for the medical professionals to keep all the necessary knowledge up to date, to always monitor and keep up with the constantly changing drugs, products, and treatments.
What is more, eDetailing in the pharmaceutical industry is defined as a broad and continually evolving term, which describes the use of electronic and interactive media to facilitate sales presentations to physicians. So the term includes everything, from targeted emailing to sample ordering, even live online product presentations. Pharma firms have realized that if they invest time and resources building strong eDetailing strategies, they can ensure that their products are getting in front of physicians. The CLM process lives on the tablet eDetail. No other technology offers more meaningful and touch points, more opportunity for conversation, or stronger interactivity than this one. So it's no wonder then that 97% of physicians prefer tablet e-details over paper details from complex explanations. It is obviously a fast-growing trend, which offers conveniences and advantages not only for all the participants of communication, but also it turns profit to the developers' companies. So e-detailing services have found ready takers in many European pharmaceutical companies, wishing to deliver first of all high quality and valuable brand information to the healthcare professionals.
Okay, so with the real-time market is all clear. So now let's point how and who has firstly started to use it all with the e-detailing. So Takeda, Janssen, Novartis, Pfizer, Abbott, Merck, they have all been using e-detailing. And this is not the full list of the companies. But the formal market is growing and respectively the popularity of e-detailing is growing as well. Anyway, exactly these global brands are the enactors of the technological trend. In the United States of America, all top 20 pharmaceutical companies have ventured a large sum of money in e-detailing. They enjoy strategic alliances with the physician sides. They offer helpful access to the plethora of professionals. In addition to the overall development of the online accessibility in everyday life they have. The European e-detailing market is also currently growing. It's about 80% per annum. E-detailing in Japan itself is unique, accounting for up to 90% of all e-detailing activities worldwide, according to some specific researches. Initially, the company Eli Lilly ascribed the popularity to the wide adoption of consumer technology in Japanese society. Pharmaceutical companies are now increasingly adopting e-detailing as a part of their main marketing mix to deliver high-quality, valuable brand information to the healthcare professionals. They all prove that e-detailing is extremely efficient as we can trace the results of their brand promotion. So you enlarge the income, the company enlarges the sales efficiency. The winning is all yours.
But still, not every pharma company has its own digital department. The majority of them applies to creative agencies. And for any agency to be effective today, whether it is a digital agency or otherwise, it's not just enough to be able to execute in digital. Agencies must also be effective at marketing in a digital-first world and at driving digital transformation in business. So brands are realizing that their strongest partners in this new environment are agencies that naturally share a digital-first worldview. However, there exist a number of challenges that each company usually faces in e-detailing development. The matter is that the process is too resources consuming. It concerns both time and money. So the ready-made presentations are compatible only with one CLM system or they are not cross-platform. No doubt, on a certain stage of development, each company is easier to speed up the processes without losing the quality. So they are eager to create the content which is interesting, which is needed in any sphere of business. They want to be independent of the customers and also to be independent of CLM instruments, of course. They don't want to waste time on trainings for the web developers every time when they use different CLM tool. So Have you ever thought that all these problems of developing HTML5 presentations in your company can be solved?
Yeah, for sure. These common and sharp questions have been remaining without any answer for a long time. I suppose up to this very moment. So just imagine, you have a modern HTML5 content production factory. Being built on a basis of the latest technical ideas, this factory allows you to manage the development process in the minimum details. All the processes are automated. You are putting your design, idea, and conception on an assembly line called Cobalt engine, and it is doing all the routine and boring work for you. And meanwhile, each presentation will be filled with your unique content. The only restriction here comes your imagination, but we all know that human mind knows no boundaries. So such factory could significantly economize agencies' resources for eDetailing development from scratch. You probably might say this all is impossible. We will prove that you are almighty together with Cobalt engine. We all know for now, most precious thing for global companies is time saving and time consuming, right?
Of course. So Cobalt's main aim is to reduce cost and pains without losing quality. So in this case, we need Cobalt to be automated and surely MVC-based. Thanks to that, the work becomes really easier and as a result faster. Sometimes, routine activities like attachment sliders with KPI tracking are not as difficult as too time-consuming, and sometimes they are just boring.
But hold on for a second. Automation does not prevent us from struggling on documentation like it happens with different CLM instruments, for example, Viva. Or we should remember APIs for different email sending and so on, like it happens in Ignition. There are different tricks in different spheres.
Yeah, so here we have the revolutionary idea of universal API and folder structure implementation for all the major CLM players that actually prevent us from this routine work. We use same commands, same patterns, and same shortcuts in the process of development for different CLM platforms. That means that developed once project can be easily converted to any CLM player without some changes. You'll have the same sizing, the same elements placement, the same sliding and navigation, no matter which CLM tool it was built for. We have another advanced time-saving feature. It is text storage in separate JSON files. Localization processes have never been so simple. So now you don't need to go deep into the code. Cobalt is cross-platform and it runs on the main devices of the corporate sector, like iOS or Android OS, likewise the major CLM systems.
Yeah, for now, while making presentation for Ignition, MyTouch, or IRAP, the structure and the sequence of sliders remains the same. So Cobalt engine is the framework of the future that allows all the advantages of HTML5 for doing much more, much faster, and with much less coding.
While developing Cobalt, we've been trying to stand on three main points, and they are automation, standardization, and unification, the principles which we did manage to implement in Cobalt. So all the processes are optimized, especially for eDetailing creative agencies, needs, and also for working patterns. Thanks to three great programmer tools like Slush, Gulp, and Bower, we get an automatic and well-tuned development flow. So Cobalt uses Slush as a scaffolding instrument. It means that it makes the project kicking off easier. Bower is a kind of a package dependency manager, and it helps to download any of selected modules from your PC into your project. And the last but not the least is Gulp, which is a building project to any supported CLM instrument with supersonic speed, less than in 1 or 2 minutes. Some of these factors make this framework really unique and universal. Cobalt pushes back the boundaries and provides an opportunity to design and to tune eDetailing in order to make a standard adaptable for any CLM tool. So you'll get the infinite possibility to build for various CLM instruments thanks to unique API that Cobalt is actually based on. Moreover, you will save time of yours and your development team also for studying all the boring documentation for each new tool. So no matter for which platform you're working today, Cobalt implementation is totally unified, and you will have a really powerful and really multi-purpose tool in your hands.
Only one framework extends a number of clients and widens market borders. You will be able to work with the partners who have different CLMs implemented globally. Faster and non-time-consuming localization will satisfy the global partners too, because the same presentation often needs to be localized for a few regions and built for few CLM platforms. Same presentation could be developed as a project and then just built to a needed CLM player with the needed language again and again. So it is obvious that this will mean more clients and more content for less production costs and time. Cobalt is specially designed for both HTML5 developers and creative agencies in order to streamline and to boost the development process. The engine is just outstanding due to the full scalability, due to the handy toolkit, the expressive syntax, and extreme speed of the high-quality eDetailing creation. Now companies can work with clients from different spheres of business. It's not only about the pharmaceutical market, but also FMCG, banking, all client service agencies where you can effectively use the interactive presentation and successfully go hand in hand with the real-time market requirements. You are not limited in your work. Now your presentation will run on the various CLM instruments, will collect KPI and give you a certain feedback from the customers. You will get an open door to new markets all around the globe. You will increase your profit this way. There is an opportunity to win more customers coding eDetailing up to 4 times quicker on HTML5 with Cobalt in comparison to other regular engines. As you know, main purposes of business are to create and keep the customer alive. So Cobalt will easily deal with this task.
Summing it all up, we advise you to visit our official website on the link which is indicated on the screen, or simply catching the barcode.
Also feel free to sign up for our groups and social networks. Watch the announcement for the next webinar, which will provide you with the information about the Cobalt from the different sites.
Well, this is all for now, so thank you all for your attention. We'll be glad to take all your questions which you can send to the email that is also shown on your screen now. Have a nice day.
Thank you for your time.